Hello everyone, today on Good Morning Maine, the latest update between Northern Light Health and Anthem's contract negotiations. A new contract still has not been reached. Plus tomorrow is Election Day. Both sides of Question 1 are making their voices heard before heading to the polls. And a new statue was unveiled in Searsport that was actually made by a local. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop. Craig Colson is off for today. We'll have those stories and much more coming up, but as always, we thank you for joining us. The weather this morning is quite chilly, but it seems like it may warm up a little bit later on and maybe even have some rain coming through overnight. We're going to check with meteorologist Devin Biggs for a first check of our forecast.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have some advisories posted. We have a small craft advisory up until Tuesday morning at around 1 a.m. And we also have some gale warnings that will last until Wednesday morning at around 1 a.m. as well. Gusty winds, and they could reach up to around 45 miles per hour this week, and that will really stir up the ocean. Some areas of low pressure will be passing through. In the meantime, we are quiet. A weak area high pressure keeping us quiet for now. We will be watching for increasing clouds today and a slight chance for some rain showers too. We have a couple areas of low pressure. This one will be passing through nearby, giving us a slight chance for rain showers today. This one will give us some opportunities for rain coming up later on tonight. Futurecast showing those rain opportunities with a small chance later on tonight and better opportunities overnight as well. So your hourly forecast this morning into the afternoon period, again, some clouds and then better opportunities for rain late this afternoon and especially overnight. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. Well, a Bangor man is facing charges after allegedly attacking a McDonald's employee with a knife on Sunday morning. According to the Bangor Police Department, the incident occurred at the Main Street McDonald's shortly before 6:30 a.m. Police say they received reports that an employee had been assaulted by an unknown male with a knife. Bangor police arrested 61-year-old Paul Bernard of Bangor at that scene. Authorities say the employee of the business was transported by ambulance to a local hospital where he is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. ABC 7 and Fox 22 News received a statement from McDonald's owner Gary Ekman. He says they are shocked and saddened by the incident. Ekman says the safety of their crew and customers is always top priority, and they are grateful for the swift response of the law enforcement. Bernard was taken to the Penobscot County Jail, where he is being charged with elevated aggravated assault. Authorities say the investigation remains ongoing. And in the latest update between Northern Light Health and Anthem's contract negotiations, the health organization's president and CEO, Guy Hudson, said as of Saturday morning that a new contract had not been reached. While the deadline for a new contract between both parties has now come and gone, Hudson says Anthem customers will not be out of network with Northern Light Health. In a statement, Hudson says in part, quote, "I personally want to reassure our patients who are Anthem customers that they can continue to receive care with Northern Light Health without disruption while these negotiations continue. They will not be treated as out of network," end quote. Anthem spokesperson Saturday said to us, quote, "I can say that negotiations are continuing this weekend and we hope to reach an agreement soon on a new contract." On Friday, during contract negotiations, Anthem's same spokesperson told us that one of Northern Light Health's requests was for a 3-year 24.8% increase in hospital prices. The spokesperson on Friday said to us, quote, "Mainers and their employees cannot afford these kinds of price hikes. If both sides end up not reaching a formal agreement, it's possible that thousands of Northern Light Health patients with Anthem insurance could have to decide to either pay out of pocket or find a new doctor." Well, a man charged in the death of his infant son was in court on Friday as prosecutors and the defense argued motions seeking to include or eliminate certain pieces of evidence. Isaiah Scott was arrested in New Orleans, where he is originally from, and extradited back to Maine in June of 2024 after 22-month-old Quayshawn Wilson was found unresponsive in a Walmart parking lot in Thomaston in May of 2024. The child was taken to Penn Bay Medical Center and pronounced dead. The manner of death was then ruled a homicide. Scott faces a manslaughter charge, and in court on Friday, motions were held to include or exclude certain elements, including some expert testimony, autopsy photos, and text messages between the defendant and his girlfriend. Many of the matters were set to be considered by the judge further, but at least one was decided on the spot. A debate over the use of certain police body cam footage that showed the child receiving CPR was at issue, as the defense had asserted that the CPR caused injury to the child's liver and not necessarily the defendant. They also argued that the lengthy body cam video could be prejudicial. The state argues that the video is needed to refute the defense's claims because it shows the exact delivery of CPR and is highly relevant. They say the video also shows other injuries to the child's face that are at issue.
The video's in. I mean, as a practical matter, there isn't any, as far as the court can tell, there's no simple way to edit out the face in a video like that. And any kind of blurring or masking of the face, the court would be concerned that the jury would start to speculate about why that happened.
The jury trial of Isaiah Scott begins this week in Rockland. Well, the Bangor Police Department is asking for the public's help to find a missing person. Katie Sirico has been missing since the spring of 2023. They say she last spoke with her family in May of 2023 and has not been seen or heard from since. Katie is described as a white female with green eyes. She could have brown, black, or blonde hair. She is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs between 140 and 220 pounds. She would now be 44 years old. Anyone with information is asked to contact Bangor Police Detective Hallett at 947-7384, extension 5755. Anonymous tips can also be left. Well, 2 boaters were rescued from Plymouth Pond on Saturday after their boat capsized. According to the Plymouth Fire Department, crews received a call at around 3:30 in the afternoon from a boat occupant who reported to be capsized. 2 males were out duck hunting in the boat when that boat overturned, which crews suspect to be due to extremely windy conditions. Luckily, there were no injuries in that incident, but boaters are encouraged to exercise caution in inclement weather.
One patient in the boat called 911, and then we got our boat out. It was close to being put back winterized, but we got it back out and made a quick recovery, recovered both patients.
Newport and Dixmont EMS crews, as well as the Maine Warden Service and local sheriff's office, provided mutual aid in that incident. And we may be thousands of miles away from the Arctic region, but a group of UMaine students and environmental advocates say they're concerned about the Arctic's future. A protest was held on the campus to encourage protection for the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in northern Alaska. Organizers say the refuge has been a target for oil and fossil fuel drilling, which not only threatens wildlife and people living in the refuge, but could also prove hazardous to climate conditions, including here in Maine.
People in the state of Maine are going to be really affected by things like sea level rise and ocean warming, ocean acidification. All those things will affect key industries, think seafood, Maine's, of course, lobsters, tourism. And so Mainers have a real stake in what happens up in the Arctic as well.
Those students and advocates are urging folks to call their representatives, saying they will make over 100 calls to Senator Susan Collins and Congressman Jared Golden to encourage more protection in the Arctic. Well, the town of Searsport has a rich maritime history, one that is now encapsulated forever thanks to an artistic new addition in downtown. Our Callie Warren has that story.
This was just a dream that I had as a little girl, and it's finally coming to fruition.
Karen Kelly was born and raised in Searsport, a town whose history comes mostly from the nearby sea. Historians say the small town produced more shipmasters than any other town of its size in the world, a record that Kelly has now preserved for centuries to come.
It just feels like we keep losing little pieces of who we are, and I wanted to make it permanent.
A sea captain cast in bronze was unveiled on Saturday in front of a crowd of community members. It now watches over Searsport's harbor to honor all of the town's shipmasters and their families.
This day will go down in history, being known as the day that all the sea captains came back to Searsport that were from Searsport, embodied in one beautiful bronze statue of a sea captain.
The statue itself was around a year in the making, but it's something Kelly has longed for since childhood. She started the statue project alongside friend and beloved resident Natalie Knox, who passed in 2023. Now the statue bears Knox's name.
But I'm so grateful that everybody's here and wants to share this.
Yeah, me too.
It's just a dream come true.
For locals, it's an incredibly meaningful tribute to a piece of history that may now be a lost art, but is preserved within that sculpture.
I just love it because of what it is. It represents all of our sea captain ancestors and how hard they worked, and many of them were lost at sea. My great-grandfather was lost at sea in 1904.
But now this will be a jolly thing to see when we go through town and commemorate so many of those captains, because some of them didn't come back.
The bronze captain now welcomes locals to Searsport, hands forever steering at the helm.
Searsport is a very proud maritime town. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to hit the brakes when they see this. They'll be going by, oh, let's take a look at that statue.
In Searsport, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Dory Woman Rowing in Belfast hosted its annual Witches Row, where participants paddled along the Belfast Harbor. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. For today, clouds increase with a slight chance of rain, temperatures in the mid-50s. Overnight, cloudy with rain, and it's going to be breezy, temperatures right around 40. And for tomorrow, partly cloudy with a slight chance of rain as well, temperatures in the high 40s. We'll be right back.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
John Brown first opened his own appliance store in Ellsworth in 1976. With his gift of storytelling, a strong work ethic, and a philosophy of putting others first, John and his wife and children saw the business prosper and grow. Today's third and fourth generation of family and their entire team continue to follow the example set by their grandparents and parents. Brown Appliance and Mattress, High Street, Ellsworth, a family tradition of quality, value, and customer service that always puts you first.
Fox Monday. I think you mean Jane's Day. Yes, plural. She's hosting a show where you guess a tune that'll make you think.
I can name that tune in one note.
What? That's how you do it. And she's hosting a show where a celebrity is the weakest link.
You're terrible people who suck at this game.
It's Jane's Day.
The 2025 referendum election is tomorrow, and both sides of question 1 are voicing their perspectives on the matter. Question 1 on this year's ballot asks voters if they want to make changes to certain state election laws, including requiring people to present a photo ID to vote and request an absentee ballot, and other certain restrictions to absentee voting as well. Governor Janet Mills, an opponent of Question 1, says the Trump administration is pushing for similar voter ID laws on federal level. Alex Titcomb, campaign manager for Yes on 1, says these changes would provide additional security to state elections.
Not just taking a wrecking ball to the White House, but taking a wrecking ball to our country, to our democracy, to our right to vote.
36 other states have a voter ID requirement, so it's, Maine should be the 37th.
For more details on both Question 1 and 2, a voter guide can be found on the Maine Secretary of State Office's website. Well, a new report says America's lobsters are now being overfished off the New England coast. The regulatory agency of Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission said the stock has declined by 34% since 2018 in its most important fishing grounds. The commission says it now considers overfishing of the species to be occurring, and that could bring new management measures that restrict fishermen from catching them in the future. Lobsters are among America's most lucrative seafood species. They were worth more than $700 million at the docks last year. The industry caught record high numbers of the crustaceans during the previous decade as well. The assessment said the decline and overfishing were taking place in fishing areas off Maine and Massachusetts, where most lobster fishing takes place. The assessment also looked at the southern New England lobster stock, which it said has been depleted for years. And Mainers will be using the 207 area code for a while longer. The North American Numbering Plan Administrator just released a new analysis. It protects Maine's 207 area code, and that will last until the first quarter of 2050. That places Maine among the states with the longest remaining area code lifespans nationwide. When they first began projecting area codes, there were fears Maine's area code would be exhausted by 2024. Maine's Public Utilities Commission undertook a number of steps with the telecommunications industry to preserve it. And a Bangor radio station formerly owned by the King of Horror has been sold again. Rock Lobster purchased the station from author Stephen King and has been operating it through 2025. But on Friday, the owner of Mix Maine Media announced they have bought the station from Rock Lobster. The company bought Stephen King's other two radio stations when they went up for sale. Mix Maine Media President Jay Hansen says, quote, "When an opportunity arises to enhance your position in a market you love, you move quickly." And you may have seen some witches around Belfast this weekend, but some traded in their broomsticks for oars. Dory Women Rowing in Belfast hosted its 7th annual Witches Row. Participants, of course, dressed up as witches and paddled along the Belfast harbor in kayaks, paddleboards, and other vessels. The owner of Dory Women Rowing started the event back in 2018 as a way to embrace the holiday season and celebrate the area's vast rowing community.
This is a really fun way to embrace the season and get out on the water. There's a lot of water lovers here. There's a lot of people with their own boats or friends with boats. It's a real community building event.
It's an opportunity for us to come together as people who are nature-based spirituality, but also to be part of our working waterfront in Belfast, which is so vibrant and alive and such a focal point for our community.
The event is traditionally held on Halloween, but was rescheduled to Sunday due to poor weather conditions. In previous years, organizers say the event has seen around 30 vessels participate, but despite the smaller turnout this year, Belfast Footbridge was still lined with spectators. The time now is 8:18. After the break, this past weekend marks the end of daylight savings time. We'll have that story ahead. Plus, we'll have the latest on the federal government shutdown entering its second month. These stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Autumn is here. That means winter is just around the corner, and so are higher energy bills. But when Washington tried to cut critical heating assistance to thousands of Mainers, it was Senator Susan Collins who rescued it. A fierce defender of the program, Senator Collins has secured $700 million in funds to help Mainers afford their heating bills, providing essential help for those on fixed incomes. Call, thank Senator Collins, and ask her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
Pro football fans, it's You Pick'em NFL, the Pro Football Challenge from Fox 22. Go to foxbangor.com, click on You Pick'em, and go to You Pick'em NFL. Make your picks, and you could be the weekly winner of a gift certificate from Chase's Family Restaurant in Bangor, or from Yoshi Japanese Restaurant in Brewer. Brought to you by Collector's Choice in Brewer, K&M Auto Repair in Holden, and Twin City Tile in Brewer. Compete all season long. It's You Pick'em NFL from foxbangor.com.
With irresistibly smooth melting chocolate in every Lindor, you can melt into every holiday moment. This year, bring out Lindor from the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
I have an IQ of 187. I'm sure I can figure out whatever's troubling you.
My water broke. I'm in labor.
Oh, dear.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 22.
This past weekend marks the end of daylight savings time, meaning we'll gain an extra hour of sleep but lose a little more sunlight. After we turn those clocks back, our Alex Schley reminds us they're not the only things that may need adjusting.
According to a 2025 Gallup poll, most Americans say they're not a fan of the time change. Mainers we spoke with, however, had mixed opinions on the matter.
I actually like it the same time all year round, myself.
I mean, you miss out on the sun, but at least you get the hour of sleep so you kind of catch up on some rest. So I don't see the problem there.
You know, it seems like the time change is unnecessary.
Whether you love it or loathe it, Sunday we fall back an hour. And when you do, experts say there's something else worth turning your attention to.
We take this as a great time to remember to check your smoke alarms. We call it turn and test. So as you turn your clocks back Saturday night, Sunday morning, depending on your preference, check that smoke alarm.
Red Cross officials say it's important to check both the date and the batteries.
Remember, smoke alarms are only good for 10 years. After that, they may still make a noise, but you need to replace them.
King says after 10 years, this sensor inside can go bad, meaning that beep you hear might be a false sense of security. The manufacturer date on the smoke alarm is printed on either the back or side of most devices. So as you turn and test this weekend, enjoy that extra hour of sleep and rest a little easier knowing your alarms are working too. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 8:23. Let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. A small craft advisory up until 1 a.m. Tuesday along the coast, and then gale warnings also up until Wednesday at around 1 a.m. So we have active surf to keep an eye on thanks to gusty winds up to 25 to even 45 miles per hour. And wave heights, they're not bad yet at around 1 foot. And then a little bit active farther out towards sea at around 3 to 6 feet. But it's only going to be getting worse as the areas of low pressure begin to move in and the wind gusts begin to pick up. For now, a small area of high pressure right overhead, keeping us clear for now. And the key word is for now. As we do zoom things out, there's that small area low pressure right there, and that's going to be tracking off towards the north and east. A slight chance of rain with that today, and this will give us better opportunities where I'm pointing at for more rain coming up later on tonight, and that's going to be a better opportunity. So future casts, again, increasing clouds, slight chance for rain later on this afternoon, and then overnight there's a better opportunity for rain. And then as we head towards your Tuesday, slight chance for some rain showers. Notice the isobars become very stacked. That's our gusty winds we'll really have to watch out for as we head towards your Tuesday. Although Tuesday night, the sky really begins to clear out. Some gusty winds today. It won't be a big deal today. Some gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. They really pick up Tuesday night. So as we do move forward, or should I say, they really begin to pick up tonight and as we head towards your Tuesday. So Tuesday, we could be talking about gusty winds up to 30, 35, even up to 40 miles per hour at times. And the rainfall too, we will have some rain coming up later on tonight, and it won't be a whole lot, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch, and that's about it. So for today, we have mid-50s, increasing clouds, a slight chance for rain, and a south wind up to 25 miles per hour. Winds, again, gusting up to 25 miles per hour or higher, cloudy with rain and breezy with lows in the low 40s. Here's where the winds really begin to pick up. Upper 40s, partly cloudy, a slight chance for rain, northwest up to around 45 miles per hour. We really need to watch out for that. Then let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday with highs in the upper 40s, and then mid-40s for your Thursday with a chance for rain showers, and then mostly cloudy Friday with highs in the upper 40s.
Purple Coat Bangor is open and ready for business. Jump into the best products, pricing, and customer service in town. Join a growing community with monthly events, art and music nights, daily specials, and plenty of good vibes. Located at 431 Audlin Road, right off of 395. Stop by and check us out today.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the Twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Come in and visit AMHG Works, Bangor's #1 gift shop, located at 36 Springer Drive in the Rennie's Plaza. We have special gifts for you, your furry companion, and that special someone you are in need of a gift for. It's worth a trip in for unique American-made gifts. Here at AMHG Works, everything is American-made, and we are open 7 days a week for your convenience. American-made home goods. We look forward to seeing you.
And they're off.
Oh my God! 99 to beat, all new Wednesdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Purple Coat Bangor is open and ready for business. Jump into the best products, pricing, and customer service in town. Join a growing community with monthly events, art and music nights, daily specials, and plenty of good vibes. Located at 431 Audlin Road, right off of 395. Stop by and check us out today.
Well, some displaced people in Gaza say aid is not coming fast enough. Palestinians in the Khan Yunis area say humanitarian aid deliveries of food are trickling in too slowly. Long lines develop at distribution centers for what food is being distributed. The boxes contain basic staples such as cooking oil, rice, beans, and other food. But some people in the region say it's insufficient to support entire families. Some Palestinians say as many as 300 to 350 trucks have been entering day and night in the Gaza Strip since a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas was reached in mid-October. But there has been no organizational support to distribute that aid. Well, tomorrow is Election Day, and candidates in some key races are delivering their closing messages. And former President Obama hit the campaign trail in New Jersey and Virginia. ABC's Allison Kosick has more.
It's the final sprint to Election Day, and in New York City's mayoral race, New York State Assemblyman Zoran Mamdani making the rounds at the New York City Marathon. Mamdani's main rival, independent candidate and former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, pitching his experience.
Who has solutions that can actually work, and who has the ability to make those solutions a reality?
The race drawing national attention, even being mocked on Saturday Night Live.
Free healthcare, affordable housing, free Wi-Fi. As mayor, can I make that happen? I'm not sure yet. But together we're gonna find out that the answer is no.
President Trump casting Mamdani as an extremist.
Communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
The president staying off the trail but endorsing several Republicans, including Jack Ciattarelli, who has gained significant ground on Democrat Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey's governor's race. Former President Barack Obama campaigning in New Jersey and Virginia, taking aim at his successor.
Every day, this White House offers up a fresh batch of lawlessness and recklessness and mean-spiritedness and just plain craziness.
In Virginia, he's backing Democrat Abigail Spanberger in her race against Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. The results in New Jersey and Virginia expected to signal how voters feel about his second term and set the stage for next year's midterms. Key in that fight, California's Prop 50, Democrats pushing to flip 5 House seats after Republicans did the same in Texas. For the 2026 midterm elections, Democrats are trying to gain control of Congress as Republicans attempt to maintain their slim majority for the remainder of President Trump's second term. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Last night, President Trump says the U.S. military stands prepared to go into Nigeria, claiming the country's government is allowing Christians to be slaughtered. The president threatening to wipe out Islamic terrorists in a post that said, quote, "We'll immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into the now disgraced country." Secretary Pete Hegseth standing with the president responding, quote, "The Department of War is prepared for action." Nigeria is split nearly equally between Muslims and Christians, but over the last decade, the violent terror group Boko Haram and other extremists have increased attacks like this one in northern Nigeria. Analysts caution that while Christians are among those targeted, most of these attacks are in Nigeria's Muslim-majority north. Now to the latest on the government shutdown entering its second month. President Trump is calling on Republicans to change the Senate rules to reopen the government with a simple majority vote instead of the 60 votes currently needed. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the impact being felt all across the country.
This morning, with just days to go until the government shutdown becomes the longest in history, President Trump encouraging Republicans to change Senate rules and allow Republicans to reopen the government with a simple majority without needing any votes from Democrats. It comes as 42 million Americans face losing critical food assistance. A federal judge now ordering the Trump administration to start making food stamp payments today or partial payments by Wednesday. However, it's not clear if the White House will comply. The Trump administration arguing it can't legally use emergency funds. The president on 60 Minutes last night pointing the finger at Democrats.
I mean, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it, and the Democrats keep voting against ending it.
It's very unfortunate that Donald Trump and Republicans have decided to weaponize hunger and withhold SNAP benefits.
It comes as the stalemate on Capitol Hill continues with no progress. The main sticking point, extending tax credits for the Affordable Care Act. Virginia resident Beth Dreyer, who relies on that subsidy, says her monthly payment is set to jump from $80 to $425.
This is more than quadrupled in cost for me. So it's just straight out. There's no way I would be able to afford this next year.
And at airports across the country, major delays and cancellations for travelers as air traffic controllers call out sick. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy now warning the delays will get worse as the shutdown continues.
We will delay, we will cancel any kind of flight across the national airspace to make sure people are safe.
Amid the gridlock in the nation's capital, a new ABC News Washington Post Ipsos poll finds nearly 60% of Americans disapprove of Trump's handling of the government, and nearly 2/3 believe the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, the Belfast Police Department and the Belfast VFW hosted a Fill the Cruiser food drive. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
It's coming. Winter will descend. Be ready and save on one of Toyota's 23 snow-conquering all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models during Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon. Now, from the longest-lasting brand, you could get 4.75 for $60 on a stylish all-wheel drive RAV4 with comfort and refinement. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Winter is approaching, so save at Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
This is my gorgeous Spencer panel bed. It's available in 2 finishes for only $3.99.
And this is the matching dresser and mirror, only $5.99. And the matching nightstand, only $1.99. This is what they look like separately.
And this is what they could look like together in your home. Plus, when you bundle the bedroom set, you save almost $200.
Wow. They're great on their own, but so much better together.
Oh, my mom!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
This month is all about diabetes awareness. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about 1 in 10 people nationwide has it. And while there's different types, most people living with diabetes have been diagnosed with type 2. But according to clinical psychologists like Dr. Aaron Breedlove at the Ohio State University, there's a higher risk for people with type 1 diabetes of also developing mental health issues over time. Fox News' Ted Linder takes a closer look.
With November marking Diabetes Awareness Month, the latest data from the CDC reveals 38.4 million people in the U.S. have some form of the disease, primarily either type 1 or type 2. According to medical experts at the Cleveland Clinic, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disorder where the body either makes very little or no insulin, a hormone critical for regulating blood sugar levels. For people with type 2 diabetes, their bodies can usually make insulin but don't use it the right way. Over time, unregulated diabetes can cause heart disease, nerve damage, and other serious complications. While both type 1 and type 2 diabetes require people to make lifestyle changes, people with type 1 diabetes need to take insulin every day to survive, either through injections or pumps. Those insulin doses and when they're administered must also be balanced according to a person's diet, exercise, and stress levels.
Type 1 diabetes is a heavy diagnosis to get.
And psychologists say having to constantly manage type 1 diabetes can lead to burnout, depression, and anxiety.
We found in that population, the rate of mood symptoms is 2 to 3 times in a population without type 1 diabetes. They're making so many decisions per day, it gets exhausting.
Mental health experts say people struggling with these feelings should talk to their loved ones and psychology professionals. This as they issue helpful reminders for combating stressful moments.
Anxiety and depression are part of, are regulated by your nervous system, and breathing can help regulate that nervous system.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have some advisories posted. We have a small craft advisory up until Tuesday morning at around 1 a.m. And we also have some gale warnings that will last until Wednesday morning at around 1 a.m. as well. Gusty winds, and they could reach up to around 45 miles per hour this week, and that will really stir up the ocean. Some areas of low pressure will be passing through. In the meantime, we are quiet. A weak area high pressure keeping us quiet for now. We will be watching for increasing clouds today and a slight chance for some rain showers showers too. We have a couple areas of low pressure. This one will be passing through nearby, giving us a slight chance for rain showers today. This one will give us some opportunities for rain coming up later on tonight. Futurecast showing those rain opportunities with a small chance later on tonight and better opportunities overnight as well. So your hourly forecast this morning into the afternoon period. Again, some clouds and then better opportunities for rain late this afternoon and especially overnight. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. Zombies take the streets for a parade in Brazil. Hundreds dressed up like zombies and marched in Brazil's capital of São Paulo on Sunday for the annual Zombie Walk Parade. Fans of the brain-eating monster dressed as pop culture figures and showed off their own creative designs. Organizers say the parade has been around since 2006 and is considered a day for mourning and artistic celebration. Still to come here this morning, Max Sturm with sports. Don't go away.
Maine's premier community radio station, Star 97.7. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years with Paul and Mike in the morning, local weather with Steve McKay, and Michael W. Hale in the afternoon. Star 97.7.
Healthcare costs are up 75% in the last 10 years. Now millions are losing coverage to pay for tax cuts for the wealthy. And Mainers could see their monthly premiums jump $1,500. Congressman Jared Golden is working to fix this, to extend tax credits so families don't have to choose between going to the doctor and paying for groceries. Congressman Golden has always had our back when it comes to lowering costs. Call Congressman Golden. Tell him to keep fighting.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget friendly, fun for the whole family. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Keep your feet on the ground, they said. So many people have told you you can't. They say you don't listen. So you don't listen to them. You rise to your moment. It feels like every idea is crystal clear. It feels like every line, every angle is perfect. It feels like you are at the top of your game with high-speed, reliable, no-stress Fidium fiber internet.
It feels like Fidium.
Maine's premier community radio station, Star 97.7. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years with Paul and Mike in the morning, local weather with Steve McKay, and Michael W. Hale in the afternoon. Star 97.7.
Get locked in at 11 a.m. with Fox NFL Kickoff. Then at noon, it's Fox NFL Sunday.
Bring it!
The best NFL pregame shows every Sunday on Fox.
Welcome back in, folks. We've got a packed block for you, so buckle in as we start with some high school volleyball state championship games. First up, Class D #1 seed Narraguagas and the Knights take on the 2 seed George Stevens Eagles. Will start in the first set. A nice set in the back line allows Acadia Simmons just tap it over the net to put the Eagles ahead, but Knights libero Eileen Berry says not so fast and responds with a nice service ace to add points to their total. Now it's Lola Worcester with this serve, and she follows up with an ace of her own. Perfect placement there for the sophomore. A bit of a volley going here. Eden Fraser puts an end to it here with this kill, keeping the Knights in the set. The Eagles would go on to close out the first set with a win, putting them out in front very early on, but ultimately the Knights would come back and win the following 3 sets and take home the Class D North title. Let's swing it over to Hamden now for the Class C title match. It's the #2 seed MDI Trojans facing the #1 seed Gardner Tigers. This one opens up with a beautiful service ace by setter Tyler Thomas as she gets things going for MDI. But her serve is played well on the next one, and junior Lila Anderson tallies a point for the Tigers, and it's just out of reach for Thomas. The service from Gardner now, but the Trojans control it, and Janice Anderson sends it down into the ground for MDI. Anderson with another kill attempt, and it's going to be returned. But look out on this one There's that kill attempt right there. Look out on this one as the spike is into the ground. MDI will take set one and get the early advantage, and they'd ride that momentum throughout the match, and they would go on to win the Class C title in a 3-0 shutout. Looking at some other scores now across the state, Class B field hockey, Nokomis, the number 3 seed Nokomis, gets a 2-1 win over Old Town in that upset. Another field hockey game, this time Class C. Foxcroft Academy with a 4-0 win over Orono. 1 seed stays alive. Madomic Valley, a 62-6 win over Old Town in Class C football. And then Camden Hills, another shutout over Waterville as they remain the number 1 seed and move on. To the Gridiron we go now for another crucial conference matchup for Maine. In town are the Stony Brook Seawolves looking to end the Black Bears' win streak. Maine up 14-7 after halftime. Peavy drops back, surveys, fires left, and it's caught along the sideline by Aaron Artiga, who picks up some extra yards for the Black Bears and puts them inside the 10-yard line. He'd lead the team in yards for the Black Bears. Inside the 5 now, Peavy back to his legs, and he squeezes through for the score, gets some love from his guys, and Maine takes a 21-7 lead in the third quarter. Seawolves with possession now. Here's Quinn Boyd dancing around looking for options, and he doesn't have any. He fumbles, and Maine falls on it, and another chance is coming up for the Black Bears, and they convert. 3rd down and 9. Peavy floats one into the end zone, and it's caught by freshman Daniel Batch for the score. Maine wins this one 28-21. Down 95 now to Husson University for a little more college football action. The Eagles looking to get back on track. They host Curry College. Starting things off are the Colonels inside the 10-yard line. They hand it off to Monty Quinn, who goes wide and in for the score to give Curry a 10-0 lead. Looking to answer back now are the Eagles. Max Clark drops back, fires into tight coverage, and it's caught by Mari Montgomery to bring Husson back within a kick. But Curry's QB, Anthony Santino, can fire it too, and he does right here. A 33-yard strike to the end zone to Wesley Williams, who extends the lead again for Curry. Early in the second half, Santino hands it off to Quinn, who is as quick as they come, 71 yards, not a hand on his shirt, as he gets into the end zone, and Curry goes on to win 40-21. We head to Boston now, where the Bruins look to extend their mini win streak against the Carolina Hurricanes at TD Garden. Third period, no score. Charlie McAvoy feeds Casey Middlestat, who shoots and scores his 4th of the year. Bruins up 1-0. Later in the third, same score. Middlestat sends it to Victor Arvidsson, and you'll see it right here. He's going to go all the way to the net. Wrister, his 3rd of the year. Check it out, the wrister from Arvidsson. Bruins go on to win this one 2-1. Evening back out to a 7-7 record. That's all the time we have for sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break.
Winterport Sheds now offers home kits ranging in size up to 2,300 square feet. Our homes are built with 2x6 studs and can be fully customized with options for siding, windows, doors, and floor plans. Best of all, they are energy efficient and affordable. Our home kits typically cost 30 to 50% less than conventional construction homes. Only at Winterport Sheds. Give us a call today, 990-2525.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
I'm 82 years old, and absentee voting has been around my entire life. And when my wife was sick, it was the only way she could vote. Question 1 is an attack on absentee voting. Plain and simple. All of the people in healthcare, the nurses that work in the hospital, people on shift work, truck drivers that's on the road. Do we want to disenfranchise all these people? I wouldn't think so. Vote no on 1. Save absentee voting in Maine.
In trivia, it's not just what you know, but where it goes.
Is the ghost hotter than the Tabasco? Is the polar bear tail shorter than the giraffe?
I definitely know this one.
Put your answers in the right order.
I'm going to put that after.
Before.
Between. I am so torn.
And you could win more than $15,000.
We must win.
We must win. Think fast. Play smart. Make the perfect line.
The Perfect Line, weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Identity theft in the United States is common. The Federal Trade Commission says last year they received 1.1 million identity theft complaints. At an Ellsworth food pantry on Friday, a workshop was held to provide Mainers with information so they don't become another statistic. Our Doug Banks has more.
As long as it's offered, you might as well make use of it.
Folks on Friday gathered inside Loaves and Fish's computer lab for a workshop on how people can protect themselves and others against the rampant and constantly changing threat of fraud and identity theft.
One thing we're trying to do is to offer other resources to help people change their situation.
The workshop was led by Eric Meehan, a personal banker at Key Bank in Ellsworth.
It's part of a overarching program at Key Bank called Money, Me, and Key.
Those in attendance on Friday learned how to identify the signs of identity theft and fraud, the different types of it, inform strategies to protect themselves and their data.
I didn't realize it was such a bad idea to keep your Social Security card in your wallet, but I guess it is, because once they have that, they have everything.
For those who want to learn more or are at all suspicious of their financial situation, Meehan says to contact a trusted individual or a local banker.
If you haven't been a victim yet, you know someone who has. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It is something to be proactive about. There are people out there, professionals like myself, that are able to access information, other services to help fix it.
In Ellsworth, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A new sculpture park in Florida may not be visible to the public, but it could be bringing in some other visitors. Reefline, a group of art creators interested in helping habitat protections, are pioneering some underwater sculptures off of Miami Beach in Florida as a way to create man-made coral reefs. They're forming an underwater traffic jam of concrete car sculptures that are being dropped into the sea off Miami Beach. And soon those cars will be seeded with 2,200 native corals grown in a Miami lab. The project is meant to combine art with repopulating the ocean with coral reefs.
We are going to effectively create like a forest of soft corals that are growing over this traffic jam, which I think really lends to the depth of the artistic message itself of having a traffic jam of cars underwater. So nature's going to take back over, and we're helping by growing the soft corals. We've sourced the soft corals from a nearby natural reef, so we know that these gorgonians are able to survive in the area. We know that they're going to thrive on the cars.
The project is partially funded by Miami Beach bonds, and it later hopes to raise $40 million to extend it along 7 miles of coastline. The marine-grade concrete cars were made by an Argentine artist. Now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. A small craft advisory up until 1 a.m. Tuesday along the coast, and then gale warnings also up until Wednesday at around 1 a.m. So we have active surf to keep an eye on thanks to gusty winds up to 25 to even 45 miles per hour. And wave heights, they're not bad yet at around 1 foot. And then a little bit active farther out towards sea at around 3 to 6 feet. But it's only going to be getting worse as the areas of low pressure begin to move in and the wind gusts begin to pick up. For now, a small area of high pressure right over overhead, keeping us clear for now. And the key word is for now. As we do zoom things out, there's that small area low pressure right there, and that's going to be tracking off towards the north and east. A slight chance of rain with that today, and this will give us better opportunities where I'm pointing at for more rain coming up later on tonight, and that's going to be a better opportunity. So futurecast, again, increasing clouds, slight chance for rain later on this afternoon, and then overnight there's a better opportunity for rain. And then as we head towards your Tuesday, slight chance for some rain showers. Notice the isobars become very stacked. That's our gusty winds we'll really have to watch out for as we head towards the Tuesday, although Tuesday night the sky really begins to clear out. Some gusty winds today. It won't be a big deal today. Some gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. They really pick up Tuesday night, so as we do move forward, or should I say, they really begin to pick up tonight and as we head towards the Tuesday. So Tuesday we could be talking about gusty winds up to 30, 35, even up to 40 miles per hour at times. And the rainfall too, we will have some rain coming up later on tonight, and it won't be a whole lot, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch, and that's about it. So for today, we have mid-50s, increasing clouds, a slight chance for rain, and a south wind up to 25 miles per hour. Winds, again, gusting up to 25 miles per hour or higher, cloudy with rain and breezy with lows in the low 40s. Here's where the winds really begin to pick up. Upper 40s, partly cloudy, a slight chance for rain. Northwest up to around 45 miles per hour. We really need to watch out for that. Then let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday with highs in the upper 40s, and then mid-40s for your Thursday with a chance for rain showers, and then mostly cloudy Friday with highs in the upper 40s.
With irresistibly smooth melting chocolate in every Lindor, you can melt into every holiday moment. This year, bring out Lindor from the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road, from work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
23 years ago, I started Fox Family Chips. We really strive to be the best chips out there. We had a building that was not working for us. We needed to get a different facility if we wanted to continue to grow. And 2 years ago, we built this building. We were looking at a few different banks in the area, and Katahdin was the best fit for us. They're a local bank, but they were big enough to be able to do some of the programs we needed to get into. Katahdin Trust has been very helpful, honest, and good people.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
You know Matt pretty well. Did he give you any advice?
He said that I should use 26 words or more.
25 words or less.
Wed,
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You just won it!
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. A city and food pantry that we heard about previously are teaming up to collect donations during the lapse in Maine SNAP benefits. Donation drop-off locations have been set up across the city of Ellsworth, including the Public Library, City Hall, Healthy Acadia, and more. Their most needed food items include canned soups, baking supplies, dry cereal, and infant formula. Perishable donations should be brought directly to the Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry in Ellsworth.
It's a wonderful thing that the city has been proactive like this. They reached out to us this week to talk about what was most needed and how could we work together.
Monetary donations will be accepted at Ellsworth City Hall and the city's public library. The people of Belfast are also stepping in to help. The Belfast Police Department, the local VFW chapter, and multiple food pantries collaborated on Saturday for an annual Stuff the Cruiser event, which saw people donate different grocery items and essentials, such as pet food, household items, and much more. Organizers say food pantry visits have skyrocketed recently, and they hope to help out many in their community.
There's been quite an increase. You know, a lot of people are really hurting, so yeah, this is going to be great.
Well, that is all the time that we have left for this morning, but as always, we thank you for joining us. Have a great day, everyone.